Welcome, Sir Chandan here. Today is our second class on national income accounting. Today's topic is methods of measuring national income. How we can measure national income. Three methods are there. One is income method, second expenditure method, third production method or value-added method or output method. These are the three methods of measuring national income. In income method, it is termed as national income. In expenditure method, it is national expenditure, and in production method, it is national product. Okay, national income, national expenditure, national product. Okay, the interesting thing is that in all the method, answer is always same. Means if we solve a numerical question in income method, whatever will be the answer, same thing in expenditure method, same in production method. So in exam generally, question are asked on this any two method. One question will be given, you will be asked to solve national income by income method and production method. Then we can easily understand whether the answer is correct or not. How? Both the answer will be correct. National income and national product all will be correct. So whatever is the method, answer will be always equal. National income, national expenditure, national product. Value is always same. Name is different. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about income method. Income method. Okay. In income method, how national income is calculated? In income method, all the incomes of the country is added together. Then we get income method, national income. Very simple. Only just add the income. Now how to add? For this, we have to go through some step. How to separate the income, how to collect the income from various sectors of the economy. Step 1. In step 1, we have to identify and classify all the sectors of the economy which provide factor income. Okay, from where we get the factor income? Three sectors in the economy are there. One is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. These are the three sectors. From these three sectors, the factor incomes are generated. So we have to first identify the sector. All the production of the economy are done either in primary or secondary or in tertiary. So income also generated from these three sectors. This is step 1. Now step 2. In step 2, we have to classify the various factor income. 4 factor incomes are there. First one is compensation of employee. Compensation of employee, COE in short form. Lot of abbreviation form you will get in this chapter. You have to remember it. Compensation of employees. Compensation of employees means when you work in somewhere, then after the completion of the particular period of time, we get some income or wages. This is compensation of employee. Okay, suppose we are working in an office or in a factory or in any other private sector. After a certain period of time, we get our salary or wages. This is compensation of employees. It is having 3 parts. One is compensation in kind. Compensation in cash means cash salary. After the completion of the month, the cash income I will get. This is compensation in cash. Salary you will get. Secondly, compensation in kind means not directly money but other facilities are provided. Suppose free housing, free quarter is provided, free uniform is provided, free transportation. This is compensation in kind. Thirdly, social security benefits. Social security benefits by employers, not employees. Employers means the authority. What the authority is providing as social security benefits, this is social security benefits by the employers, like pension, then provident fund, okay, then life insurance premium, LIC premium. These all are social security benefits. Okay, means after retirement how the person will survive. For that, company may give him pension or provident fund. These are also economic benefits given to the employees. So all these economic benefits is collectively compensation of employees. Generally in the question directly it is given. Sometimes separately given. That time we have to add all of this thing. This one plus this one plus this one. We will get compensation of employees. This is the first term. Second one, operating surplus. Operating surplus, OS. It is little bit of complicated in this part. Operating surplus means in the number one what we learned, the person is working under somewhere. Here the person having some property. When we have some property, then the income generated from that property is called operating surplus. It is of the two types. One is income from property, another is income from entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship of property. These are the two categories of operating surplus. Income from property means I have some asset. If I give the asset to another person, then whatever income will be generated, this is income from property. It is having three parts. One is rent, then interest, then royalty. These are the three parts of income from property. Okay, what is it? Suppose I have a land. If I give it to a farmer, he will cultivate, produce food item, sell it in the market, and he will return back some money. This is rent. I have lot of money. If I keep the money in the bank will return back me interest. I have a mango garden or a pond. If I lease it to some person, that person will generate income from it and return back royalty. All are money, names are different. When I am the property, I am not operating it. Some person, another person is operating it. In return, I will get it. Now here, if I myself operate my property, that time I will get profit. Profit I will get. Okay. So profit also having three parts. One is dividend, then corporate tax, then retained earning or corporate savings. Its another name is retained earning, undistributed profit. These all are corporate savings. So profit having three parts: dividend, corporate tax, undistributed profit, or corporate savings, or profit after tax, like that, all are same. Okay, so three parts of profit. So operating surplus in together four parts: rent plus interest plus royalty plus profit. All together forms operating surplus. If operating surplus directly not given, this part will be given. Then we have to add it to get operating surplus. Sometimes operating surplus also given, rent also given. What then do? Then we avoid rent because its value had already calculated in operating surplus. Okay. Sometimes profit also may given, corporate tax also will be given. Then we avoid corporate tax because it is already included in profit. Okay. So second term we get operating surplus, two part of it: income from property, rent, interest, royalty, income from entrepreneurship, it is profit. By adding this we get operating surplus. Second term we got. Then third one. Third one is mixed income. Mixed income of self-employed. MISE. Mixed income of self-employed means those who are self-employed person, work under himself. Their earning is called mixed income. Okay, whatever they earn, it is a mixture of income. They cannot separate it. What is rent, what is wages, it is not possible. Directly you will get mixed income. For example, suppose a person having a shop in his own house from his own investment. Okay, everything is made by him at his own house, own shop, own investment. That time what happened? Rent he will get. He have no need to give rent to another one because house is at his own house. The shop is at his own house. Then he is the worker in the shop. He has not employed another person. Means what? Wages also he will get. He had no need to pay wages to another one. He invests himself. He had not taken loan from the bank. Means what? Interest also he will get. No need to pay interest to bank. Then he is the owner. So of course he will get the profit from the business. So this is the mixed income. He never separate what is rent, what is wages, because he is not paying to another one. If he take loan from the bank, that time he has to pay interest. Now he is not paying interest, so he cannot separate interest. So these all are the mixture: rent, wages, interest, profit. That time it is mixed income, and it will be always given directly in the question. No need to separate. Direct mixed income. Finally, net factor income from abroad. NFIA. You learned it in the last class in circular flow of income, net factor income from abroad. It is also given directly in the question. Sometimes parts are given. What are the two parts? One is factor income from abroad minus factor income to abroad. How much we are paying? This is factor income to abroad. How much we are receiving from other country? Factor income from abroad. The difference is net factor income from abroad. Means our income including the other countries. So these are the four terms. By adding these four, we get national income. Compensation of employee, operating surplus, mixed income, NFIA. Okay, so by adding this 4, we get national income. This is our step 2. Now step 3. In step 3, directly we calculate national income. National income by income method. National income term is NNP factor cost. If it is asked calculate national income, then we find NNP factor cost directly. Okay, NNP factor cost is the term of national income. So what are the terms? National income. First one is compensation of employees plus operating surplus plus mixed income of self-employed plus NFIA. By adding this 4, we get directly national income of a country. Okay. If it is asked calculate another terms, suppose GDP, calculate GDP market price by income method. We always find NNP factor cost. Then after we convert GDP market price. Terms will be given in the question paper. Last we had done how to convert from one to another. Okay. So first we have to find NNP factor cost in income method. Whatever it is asked. Thereafter we convert it to GDP market price. Okay. So this is about income method. How income is generated, national income is generated by income method. Now, precautions of income method. Precautions means what are included, what are not included, which income are included, which are not. Okay. Income method does not mean all income will be included. Lot of incomes are there which are not included. For example, number 1, illegal activities. Illegal activities are not included in national income. Income generated from illegal activities like begging, robbery, gambling, these are illegal activities. Why not included? Because in illegal activities, no goods and services are produced. In Nasha income, those income will be generated when either goods or services are generated. Otherwise, it will not included in Nasha income. Okay, so illegal activities not included in income method. Number 2, transfer payment, transfer income. Transfer income means those income which are obtained without providing any goods and services. Last we had learned government provide transfer payment. Okay, suppose old age pension, scholarship. These are transfer payment because nothing is provided in return. So these are not included in income method. But pension on retirement is included in Nasha income. Why? What? This is a part of compensation of employees, not transfer payment. Because the person who worked in a factory or industry or government sector, after retirement he will get the benefits for his services rendered earlier. Against that, pension is provided. So this pension and this pension is not same. This is old age pension provided by the government. Those who are destitute people having no one to look after or poor, economically poor, they got this one. But this is for the return of the services rendered earlier. So compensation of employee, it is a part of compensation of employees. So transfer payment also not included. Income from sale of second hand good is not included in Nasha income. Suppose I sell a old, I want to sell my house. Whatever I get income, it will not included because nothing is produced. Only ownership changed from one person to another person. That time it is really not included. But the person who helped me to sell the house, means the income of broker or salesperson, is included because he rendered services to sell the house. Okay, so his services is included in Nasha income. His income will be included, not my income, what I generated. Number 4, windfall gain. Windfall gain means unexpected income. Suppose lottery is an unexpected income. Nothing is produced against it. So this type of income also not generated is included in the Nasha income. Okay, like that, lot of precautions are there which are included, which are not included. So you first go through the method. What is income method? How to calculate income method? Okay, go through the exercise question, numerical questions. Thereafter we follow the next method, because simultaneously if we go through income expenditure method, then it will be complicated because all terms will be look same. So we first clear about income method, thereafter expenditure, thereafter production. Okay, follow the next class. Next class we go through expenditure method. Before that we make it clear that income method is okay. Okay, bye, see you next class.